Hello, everybody. Mark here at Gilbert Realty. Thank you so much for coming back and watching another show today. As you can see here on the screen, 10 cities saw the biggest increase in property taxes in the last 4 or 5 years, and 3 of them are in Florida. But, towns, counties, cities, they all use the last 4 or 5 years of fake property increases to raise their tax revenue within their cities. And I have a pretty good suspicion that they're going to start getting reduced on taxes once they start seeing this downturn across the country happening, all across the board, except maybe a few states in the Northeast. Let me tell you, it's not right what they've done. It's irresponsible. They should have kept their taxes low. They knew that this was a fake ramp up. They knew that this was only caused by COVID, and they knew that this should have never happened on their watch. And this is what happens when when you hope real estate values go up and up and up. This is what happens. You're going to see, look at Tampa right here. Tampa, 23.3% increase in taxes. Look at Indianapolis, 19.8%. Dallas, Texas, 19%. Jacksonville, Florida, not too far from the Villages, nor Tampa, 18.7%. Atlanta, Georgia, 18.6%. Miami, Florida, 18.6%. Seattle, Washington, 18.4%. San Antonio, Texas, 18.2%. San Diego, 18%. Charlotte, North Carolina, 17.6%. I think what they've done is really irresponsible. This is where you vote these people in your leadership out. Got to get rid of these people that are running these cities. I guarantee you the Villages is probably just as bad. I mean, maybe not as bad, but I bet you they've raised taxes and they took the opportunity to raise all the taxes on fake values, fake appraisals, fake ramp up of COVID. Now this is all going to reverse. So what they have to worry about now is that what's going to happen now when the appraisals all come in lower, then they're going to have to reassess all these fake property values that happened over the last 4 years. What's that going to do to revenue? So I hope your towns, cities, counties are all prepared to lower their taxes that they just raised on everybody across many, many states. Now, this is just the top 10. I guarantee you probably every city, every town in the country did the same thing to raise revenue because that's what they do. They're irresponsible. You need good leadership within these positions, and you got to vote these people out. I mean, who in the last 4 or 5 years didn't know that COVID was a fake ramp up of real estate property? Who didn't know? Everybody knew. Who thought that COVID property values were going to last forever? Raise your hand. If you raise your hand, you're a fool. Because I know nobody who thought this was a real value ramp up. It was purely, strictly demand, people getting out of blue states, going into red states that were more open. That's all it was. And now it's starting to reverse. Now these cities, towns, counties are all going to have to tuck the tail between their legs. And they're going to have to now face citizens who are going to come back to them and say, look, you're overassessing my property. I want my property reassessed to a lower value. And you have every right to do it. So make sure every single one of you folks out there who think that they got overvalued on their purchase, you may want to call your counties, towns, and cities and start complaining at the beginning of the year when all these tax complaints start. Without a doubt, get out there and do it. Make sure it's happening. You have to hold these people accountable for taking advantage of a situation that was fake. Property values in the last 4 years was fake. Even though they're still high, they're correcting. And that's a good thing. Everybody who wants to buy a house, you need these property values to correct. Tired of people saying that the reason why homes aren't selling is because of interest rates. It's not. It's because of prices. And we're seeing an uptick in some parts of the Villages just because properties are being better priced. That's a good thing. That means sales are going to tick up a little bit, but demand has also fallen off quite a bit. I just drove down to the newer sections in the Villages this morning, went through some open houses they had on some of their newer properties, and they're not very busy. And I know it's not the busy time of year, but they're still taking buses down there. People are still looking here and there. Nothing like it was 2-3 years ago. That place would have been packed today. So, the whole thing has been changing over the last 2-3 years, as I've stated. I've been saying it for many, many, many years now. It'll be a gradual decline. And the towns and cities and counties better prepared for it because the taxpayers are coming for you when they want their property assessed value lowered. Okay, first home we're going to look at today is 3433 Nesso Branch Avenue. 3 beds, 2 bath, 1,957 square foot. It's a pretty designer with some really nice landscaping in the front. $549.9, 3433 Nestle Branch Avenue. $280 a square foot, built in 2014. It's on 0.13 lot. Welcome to the beautifully maintained, move-in ready Iris model in the village of Charlotte. It's a 3-2. Home offers open floor plan, which most of them do. See if there's any dates in here for materials that have been updated. Conveniently located from Brownwood and Lake Sumter. It is. It's between the sixes. It's a pretty good area. Right here along Morse Boulevard. 466A. Oh, there's 44. Okay, so actually between 466A and 44, not between the sixes. So that's a pretty nice location. Shopping is up there. Lake Deaton. You can get down to Sawgrass really quick. Over to Fenny really quick. Brownwood's right here. It's a nice location for this home. I like it for $549. It's a little high based on what I'm seeing out there, but let's take a look on the inside before I really say that. And let's see some photos. Very nice home. I love the landscaping. It's pretty. You got some gutters on here. It's nice. Keep that rain away from your house, folks. We started the master with that Village's $39 fan up top. It's pretty. Well, that's not a master. We started some bedroom on the inside. Here's a shared bath. Tile shower to the ceiling. Nice. All right, here's another bed. Crown molding, too. Love it. There's this big room. Sliders going out. Island here in the middle. They got eating area up front. Another slider. Okay. It's all right. I like the crown molding. Somebody said crown molding's out of date. I don't know if it is or not. I prefer the crown molding on many of these homes, especially on the taller ceilings. It's cute. Dark cabinets in the kitchen if we ever make it there from the 400 photos of the living room. Okay. Now we're in the master. I guess we're going to skip the kitchen. Maybe we'll get to that later. Photos, folks. Photos. Lead us through the house. Okay. This looks like a big bath. So dual sinks, dark cabinets. The only thing I noticed about dark cabinets is that your fingerprints are everywhere. You can see them all the time. All right, tile shower, nice. Big closet, holy cow. Nice. Love it. All right, now we're back to the kitchen. Looks like granite countertops. Little wine rack, I like that too. Nice touch. Like the island. Got a little laundry room here off the garage. That goes to the garage. Golf cart garage in this one too. Love these blinds. They're beautiful. Now that's an enclosed lanai because I can see the door out here. So that costs some bucks. All right. I mean, it's pretty. Nice little layout. Electric stove, no gas here, folks. All right, so here's the back. Love this. I also got this little overhang with a hot tub out here. Again, vinyl plank flooring. By the looks of it, could be tile. Some of those pieces are a little short for vinyl plank, so maybe this is tile out here. Very nice. Pretty. So here's his back area. You got a ton of privacy. Palm trees a little close to the house. Not really sure they should have planted that style there. These are much more like it. Try to keep these palms away from your roof and your gutters, or you're going to be up there every year trying to clean that stuff out. See that? It's already hanging over. They do have gutters all around, though. It's nice. Okay. They like potted plants, obviously. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty house on the road. It's beautiful. I love the front landscaping. It's nice, minimal. I love these beautiful palms. Golf cart garage is nice. Roof shows a little sign of wear, but nothing major by the looks of it. But they did not mention the roof being upgraded in the listing. So I'm assuming at some point it's a little bit older than what you may expect. Okay, I like this house. So 3433 Nestle Branch Avenue, $549.9, 3 beds, 2 bath, 1957 square foot. $280 a square foot. Doesn't mention anything about the roof. My guess is it probably is going to be needed to be done at some point. It was built in 14, so I'm assuming it's about 11 years old by now. So you got probably another, what, 4, 5, maybe 6 years left on that baby. And that's going to be a little bit of expense based on the size of this house. And so anyways, 3433 Nestle Branch Ave. Let's go to another one. Okay, 6877 Minchew Circle, Minchew Circle, Minchew, $499. It's a pretty designer. It looks like it's down in Newell or Dabney, but it's 3 beds, 2 baths, 1,711 square foot, 6877 Minchew, $499, sitting at $291 a square foot. Built in 2023, move-in ready, better than new. No highway or construction noise, because I don't think it's possible based that comment is impossible based on where this house is located. Village is lifestyle in this upgraded 2023 Bluebird model. As you approach the home, you're greeted with lovely brick surrounding landscaping, motorized remote control shades, power cable TV, stainless steel appliances are brand new in 24. Okay, but if you look here, there's the highway. So, and I'm not too far from this house. I can hear the highway right now doing this video. So I'm not too sure about this house. The chances of that being no highway noise is 0 to none, in my opinion. Anyways, let's look at some photos. I mean, it's a pretty house. Remember, it's only 1,711 square foot. It's 200 something square foot less than the other one we just saw. Okay, gutters all around, nice. Got plantation shutters in the windows. I can see them. So did the last house we saw. Minimal landscaping, it's fine. So here's your layout. You walk into this for you, into the great room, dining room, kitchen, nice little island over here. What's going on? Laundry room, 2-car garage plus golf cart. And as you walk in, you got this little 2 bedrooms over here and a bathroom suite. And you have the master in the back with an 11 by 34 foot patio. So let's see what else we got in here. I mean, it's a pretty house. Crown molding again. At least they took down that $39 Villages fan. Quartz countertops, pretty. Gas stove. It's nice. I like the backsplash too. There you go. All right. I like it. Here's your front door entry. No closet here, folks. All right. There we go. All right. So we're back in the master, finally. I think. So the door's behind us. Here's the closet. You got a master suite over here in the bath. Pocket door toilet. Quartz countertops, dual sinks. Walk-in shower. Here's another bed. Again, crown molding in here too. Nice. A little bit smaller though. Here's another room. This may be a flex room. Let's find out. So, okay, so this is another bed. Good. So these two are up front, the 2 bedrooms with that bath. This one right here. Again, quartz countertops, towel shower. It's nice. You can tell they upgraded it a little bit. Nice appliances. Love the floor. Got that fence behind. Not a very big yard. You're not putting in a pool here. They sealed the garage floor. Got a little water system over here is my guess. Put up some garage storage. Okay. And more storage over here. That's probably the old kitchen cabinets that were in it. Yeah, I mean, it's cute. I like this house. So 6877 Minchew Circle. It's $499 at 1,711 square foot. I know they spent some money on it, but to the area, there's no way there's not highway noise there. I don't know what the realtor's thinking putting that in there. $291 a square foot for this home is lights out when it comes to price per square foot on what else I'm seeing out there in the market. So I think they really didn't do their comps, or maybe they just tried to satisfy the owner, try to get some of their money back. But it's built in 2023. That's really what it's got going for it. Some updates. But anyways, it's down there in Lake Denham. It's a little ways out. I'm not too far from this house. Pretty good drive golf cart wise if you want to go somewhere. But anyways, take a look at this one. $499. Let's go to another one. Okay, 2410 Little Mountain Loop. It's 439,000. 3 beds, 2 bath, 1,896 square foot. It's going to need a roof. I could see it right from here, and I could tell, and I'll show you why. Not only from the picture, I'll tell you what's happening to it, but $231 a square foot. And I still think this needs work because this home needs some updates. Built in 2009. Huge price reduction, aka I overpriced it from begin with. It's a Begonia Model 3.2 golf cart garage, Village of Duval. Short golf cart ride to Brownwood. Okay, that's nice. Lanai is oversized with a 4-foot extension. That's about $3,000, $4,000. Plantation shutters, Murphy bed, workbench. Okay, see where it's located. There's 466A, so it's between the sixes. I do like this location. A bunch of shopping over here. It's nice. But see, here's what happens when you overprice everything. Now, this happened back in July, so I'm not going to harp on the realtor too bad. But you got to look at the condition of this property. You have to understand this property is dated. It's already 16 years old, and it needs a roof. And I know it needs a roof because you didn't tell me it needs a roof or it was replaced. And I can tell by looking at it, and I'll show you how in a second. But if you look here, they start at 524. They're almost $100,000 down from that point. And to be honest with you, me personally, if I was going to flip this house, if I was going to buy it, rehab it, throw some money into it, it's still not cheap enough in my opinion. Now, that's me. If you're going to buy it, live in it, and then try to do the work yourself or rehab it that way, that's fine. You can probably make this work. But again, I don't live in houses, rehab it, and then turn around and sell. I would rather buy it, have my crew come in, rehab it, and then sell it. And there's no way I can pay that price for this house based on what it's going to need. And I'll show that to you now. So let's look at some photos here. So as you can tell here, see the roof? I mean, obviously you can tell it's old, right? But you can also tell because the roof is falling apart. See it all dripping here on the driveway? This is our roof particle. So it's all dripping down, even over here in the front steps. All that's coming off this roof, running down in here. Probably the gutters are a little full. I can see them just looking at them, that they're kind of full, overflowing onto this stuff. But this is roof. It's shingles. And that's what happens when the roof is going. So this is going to need some work. And I don't know what that roof would cost. Let's just throw in there a figure of $20,000 potentially. And so there's $20K. So you're not paying $430 something for it. You're paying $450 something for it. You can see the water here is flowing over out of the gutters. I would take all that out. It's a little dated. I mean, I love the blinds. The shutters are fine, but I would remove all this stuff. Old saying, everything's white. It's dated. This room's fine. But the carpet's worn. You can see it. Again, like I've always been saying, if you can't hide carpet wear in a camera, it just sees it every single time. Cute front door. I like the layout of this house too, and this kitchen could be really nice. Tile floor, if you can save it. You can see it's got a little dirty in between. Yeah. It's white. Got sun tubes in here too. All right. Little slide out drawers there. Nice. So as you can see, the carpets, it's all going to come out. All right. So this just tells you that the market has changed. Probably a year ago, if they priced this house correctly back in July of last year, this house probably would have sold quicker. So you have to forecast where the market's going on a fixer-upper. You can't just price the house at market value on a fixer-upper. You have to forecast where it's going because the people that are going to purchase this are much lower amount-wise than like your typical, I'm going to go get a loan, or I'm going to bring a bunch of cash down and buy it and live in it. There's a lot more of those buyers than there are fixer-upper flippers, especially in the villages. So you have to learn to price accordingly when it comes to these properties. And you have to learn to take less pictures of this house so that I can get through it on a video. So you see the wear? It's pretty real. It could be gorgeous. I like to slide her out to the big lanai. See, I take all this stuff out. It's just been lived in. It just needs a refresh. The shower's fine. I think I would not even touch the shower. I think it's fine just the way it is. It's pretty. It's fine. Pocket door toilet. Again. Washer dryer. That's probably the garage door. See if we can see that. So they got a bunch of storage here in the garage. No garage shot though. Okay. So the sprinklers are going to have to readjust the two. You can tell they're spraying into the screen. You see they're all spraying in here. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be it's a nice house. When they first built it, I bet you it was gorgeous. But now it needs TLC. It's 16 years old. It's been lived in. They got some great years out of it, but they never changed the roof. And there's going to need some maintenance. So as you can see here, see all this stuff, all this dirt, that's shingle coming off. So anyways, it is what it is. I like this house though. It could be good, but again, you have to buy it right. So 2410 Little Mountain Loop, 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,896 square foot, $439. They just marked it down big time. What did they come down to? It was $459. Then it went pending. Then the people woke up to reality, listed it back on the market. Now I'm not sure if it really went pending. I probably doubt it. Then they put it back on for $439. The realtors tend to do that. They'll put it for $459, say it went pending, went back on the market, then they do a price discount of 4%. So they started this baby last year at $524, way overpriced, I think, even back then, based on a fixer-upper TLC home. And this is going to cost some bucks to redo. This is a big house, 2,000 square foot, and it's dated, and you need a roof, and you're probably going to have probably an AC, a furnace. I mean, furnace can be $3-4 grand. By the time you're done, it's going to cost you tens of thousands to fix this house. So anyways, $439, 2410 Little Mountain Loop. It is what it is. As we see here in the cities, top 10 cities with the biggest tax increases, 3 of them in Florida. I bet you in the top 20, there's probably another 4 or 5 in Florida. That's my guess. And, you know, it wasn't a great move on their part to take advantage of people. They're taking advantage of people for fake value ramp ups. Now, who's involved in this? Appraisers at the county, banks, allowing these appraisals to happen. The Federal Reserve, by not raising interest rates during the crisis, that's when they should have done it, not after the fact. They should have raised it so that people weren't ramping up their real estate purchases. So anyways, this is what has come from COVID. Again, more irresponsible leaders in towns, counties, and cities. And this is what happens when we elect people like this. But anyways, Mark Herrig, Gilbert Realty, this is going to pan out on its own. People, if you think that you overpaid and you're seeing your property value drop now in today's market, you need to go to your towns and counties and start contesting these. And if you have to get an attorney to do it, I recommend it. So everybody have a great day. I will talk to you soon.